Welcome to this video on the Zen Warrior channel. Today we're going to be pulling a spread of cards. It's going to be a 6-card spread. So that's what we're going to be pulling today. And what we're going to pull today is a spread for those who found this video. So it's going to be a 6-card spread on the tarot deck. And I've been pulling tarot for a long time. So this is also the first deck of tarot. So in the order of decks of the practitioners, of all practitioners of the tarot, this is the deck of the Grand Master. So a reading from this deck is a great reading. And today's reading, we will be doing a reading for the readers or the watchers of this video as we do a reading here today. So I hope this reading resonates with you. If it does, please like this video. Please comment. Please comment, this resonates, because that's kind of fun. So let's get to the reading. All right. The first 2 cards are going to be for the past. The next 2 cards are going to be for the present, and the last 2 for the future. So we're going to get into that reading. So let's take the deck here. The first thing we do with a deck of cards like this is you want to announce yourself to the deck, right? So you take it and you tap it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You say, "Hello, deck, it's me." And it'll say, "Hello, you, I recognize you," right? So you now have the deck. And this is once again the first deck. So the first deck, a reading from the first deck cannot be contradicted by another deck, right? It is the top level reading. And I hope today's reading resonates with you. So let's get right to it. So we're going to first shuffle this a little bit, okay? And today's reading is going to be a reading that hopefully resonates with as many people as possible. Okay. So there you go. Okay. We're now going to pull the first 2 cards. Then we have another 2. And another 2. Right? And these cards are for the present here, the past here, and the future here. So past, present, future. Right? And let's get into this reading. We'll pull the first card of the past. Justice. With the past comes resentment. In the past comes a feeling that we did not get what we should have gotten. That we did not get what was owed to us. Looking at the past, you feel like things were not fair. Maybe you had to struggle where things were easy for others. You had your struggles. You did not have an easy time. It was not fair. It seemed like it wasn't a thing of justice in this world. You struggled. The past was difficult. You had to work hard to achieve your goals. Where sometimes for others, it seems like it was easier. Projects that you took on did not necessarily all succeed. And maybe the ones that succeeded are rare. But with all the challenges that came in the past, there were also good moments in the past. And that's what we'll see in the next card of the present. That even though it feels like there was no justice in this world and that suffering was part of this world, as we can see in this first card of justice, suffering is a part of life, but there is also beauty to life. So in the past, we will see in the first card here the injustice of life. But in the next card we pull, we will see the other side of life, which is that wonderful side of life as well. So as you see, we have the card for the wonderful life, the Six of Cups, the happy memories, the memories of childhood, the happy memories of childhood, of the past, those little memories, those little moments of tenderness and joy that we remember or don't remember, but that took place and that created a wonderful story for you and for this world in which we all exist. Those beautiful moments in the past, those moments when things went well, when things were happy, when things were simple or complex, but however they were beautiful and they were wonderful. And those moments that we remember them or we don't, but they took place, and they were those moments that if someone had been looking, such as God, for example, God would have smiled and said, what a cute moment, what a beautiful moment of joy, a moment of happiness. So in the past, there have been moments of difficulty, there has been suffering, but there have also been moments of happiness and joy, and that is the way of life. For that is the way of progress, of change. Through struggle, we change. But the moments of happiness are the moments that take place and that make it all worth living. Those wonderful moments in our stories that we record into life and time. Those moments that make us proud because they make us smile. We shall move to the present. The first card of the present. The Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a mixed feeling card. It is a card where we have lost. We have suffered defeat in the past. And we are now in the present, and we found ourselves not alone. We find ourselves with others. So we are not alone, and we are regrouping. We have regrouped into the present. You have regrouped into the present. You find yourself in the present as a consequence of your past. And your past has led you to the present moment in which you find yourself, into which you have regrouped. You have come out survived all the difficulties and suffering of the past. And you have come out noble and true with your values and your people, your community, your projects. You have come out whole, if a little bit uh, surprised by the difficulties of life and the complexities of life. And you have grown as well in that experience of having known the defeats of the past, the challenges of the past, but having emerged from those, okay. You know, you're okay. That's what this card tells you. You are okay. And the past has had its challenges, its defeats, as it has its beautiful moments. And you have, but you sought to, in some cases, fight back against those moments in the past that have been suffering and that have challenged those beautiful moments in your life. And you have come up to the challenge. And when there was challenge, when there was adversity in your life, you stood up and you came through, and you protected those beautiful moments in your life, right? You protected your life. You protected yourself. You took care of yourself. And even if you suffered defeat, and maybe even more than one defeat, you regrouped, right? You came back together with your forces, your strength, and you are now in the present. You're now in the present, and you are secure, okay? And it is time to think about the future now, right? Not to make the mistakes of the past, to learn from the past, and to move forward now in a better direction, in a better way, to regroup and to grow better and in a new way again, to move forward, to carry the new flag of the future and hope forward, to keep moving forward with life. It is the present. It is the time to build again, build new foundations. It is the time now to start again, to grow again, to regroup. And this card, the second card here that we will see for the present, will reinforce that and will show us that it is a time to recreate those strong foundations, right? Or to regrow those strong foundations, right? For the future. It is time to put in place those foundations for the future, right? To avoid, and see when we see here the strength card, right? Now what happens when we see a reverse card like that, it's because it means the opposite, right? So that's the thing, right? Right now we're regrouped, right? Our foundations have fallen, right? The strength of our foundations is low, right? So it is time now to rebuild those foundations, because the strength of our foundations has been shaken. We've regrouped. We're coming together. We're putting in place new foundations, right? Because the past foundations, well, they weren't sufficient. We had to regroup, right? We suffered the challenges of the past, right? And now it's time to put in place a new strength, a new foundation, to put in place new processes in the present, new strength that this time will not collapse, that this time it will be the good one. We have learned from the mistakes of the past, the challenges of the past. And as we move now into the present, and as we move into the future, we now use our increased experience and knowledge to move forward into the world. This card is also the card of true love, by the way. Okay, so what we're learning here is to also move forward with prudence. Okay, with love, yes, with true love, because when you get this card is good both ways. Whatever way that this card falls, it is good card to get. The strength card, the opposite or reverse. It's just a different meaning in the interpretation of the card, but the card is so good because this card represents, okay, a woman who was the life partner of God in this story of the card. Okay, so the woman you see on the card was the life partner of God, right? So in this card, you see basically, when you see this card land here in the present, it means that you have the strength of the love of God, the true love of God, one of the true loves of God, okay, with the Mother Goddess, one of the true loves of God is in this card, and this is in your present. Okay, so you are in the love of God in this present moment, and you have recouped and learned from the difficulties of the past. You have gathered the beautiful moments of the past, and now you set the foundations in the present for the beautiful future that will be yours. I feel it. It's coming. And for all those who resonate with this message, right, with the new strength, right, that new love of life as well. For those of you who maybe have had difficulty with life and loving yourself or loving life or loving others, a new love for life, a new pure love for life, right, new strength of life, new foundation of life, right, and also finding that strength within yourself as well, right? Not necessarily in others, but finding that strength within yourself, right? And establishing those pillars within yourself of order and stability within yourself and your life, right? Those things that allow you to get through the challenges of life and to have those happy moments which come with order and stability, much more, it would seem, in the long run than those happenstance moments of chaos. So we move over now to the future. Okay, the first card of the future. And here we're going to see a beautiful future. Okay, we see this card right here. Okay, now we see that the future is not easy. Okay, the future is not given to you like an inheritance. You have to deserve it. Okay, here is the Four of Pentacles, and when this card is regular order, it means you're going to come into an inheritance, you're going to come into wealth, but right now we see it's reversed. So we know that you're going to have to actually work for the future. You're going to have to actually work for this. Things are not easy, and what this teaches us is that there's no free lunch in the world. Okay, you have to work for things in life. You have to actually put in the effort, and you will reap what you sow, right? You will actually get back the result of the work that you put in and the effort that you put in. And don't stop, keep trying, and you will succeed in the end in life, right? So as you can see, the difficulties, right, of life and the past, of the present will continue in the future. Life will never be without difficulties, right? Without challenges, without struggles. But through the life, you will continue to grow, and you will continue to have beautiful life, and you will look back one day on your life, and you will look at the beautiful moments and see that you had a beautiful life, even if you had struggles. If you had one beautiful moment, you had a beautiful life, right? And if you had more than one beautiful moment, then you had a really beautiful life, because those beautiful moments are treasures that forever stay a part of your story. So, life will be difficult. You're going to have struggles, but at the same time, there is wealth there. There is success there. You're just going to have to struggle for it. You're going to have to put in the effort for success. And this is not only wealth, this is for all projects of your life, all those things you want to undertake. It means that all things that have value, you have to put in the effort for. Okay? There is no free lunch. There are no things that are given for free, okay? Some people have some things that are given more easily to them than others, and some things that are not given to them easily, okay? Some people have health, some people don't. Some people have wealth, some people don't. Some people have knowledge, some people don't. Some people have light of God and Shakti, some people don't, okay? Everyone has different things. So this means that if you want something of value in the future, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to put in the effort. And if you put in the effort, you will have success. Right? So this is an interesting card to see. Right? So what this card here means that you will have success, but you will have to learn also to be street smart. Okay. In this card here, what we have an individual who is captured in a war area by enemy forces, and who is tied similar to the cross, to swords like this. Okay, so what this means is you have to watch out also for deceit. You have to watch out for those who would bring you failure. You have to watch out for those who would ambush you, who would betray you, who would deceive you. You have to watch out. It'll be a struggle in life, and even though the wealth and the success is there, you'll have to work hard for it. And those who will be there around you, who will try to take it from you, right? Who will try to take it from you, who will try to capture you, to immobilize you, to stop your progress, to abuse you even, right? There are abusers out there. There are people who are sick out there. There are people who have bad intentions out there, right? And there are different sides out there, and different ideologies out there, and different ways of seeing things out there, and different groups out there, and different interests out there amongst everybody that exists, right? So you have to be street smart. You have to not put yourself in a position where everything could be taken away from you. You have to be responsible. You have to not take unnecessary risks. You have to not travel in the middle of a battlefield. You have to stay instead protected in an area where that is safe, right? You have to stay cautious. You have to not expose yourself to risk. You have to limit risk, right? Limiting risk as much as possible, mitigating risk, taking as little risk as possible, because the future is not a time to take risk. The future is a time to be risk aversive, right? With your investments, with your projects, with everything that you think about. We enter a period of instability. We enter a period of uncertainty. So it is time to be in risk-averse investments, right? Things like gold, and I am not a financial advisor and giving financial advice. Things like gold, things that have maintained value in cases of instability. It is a time to be in things that do not fluctuate when there is instability, because what happens is we enter now in the future in a time of instability, and in those times of instability, it will be important to secure that which is yours, and to take precautions and to be cautious with that which is yours, that which is your society's. It is cautious in all things, to put security on all things, to be prudent with all things, right? To make sure that you protect what is yours, protect your society, be a contributing member of society, so and that societies grow and do well, right? It'll be important not to let yourself be isolated, caught alone, right? You don't want to be isolated, caught alone, because even if you thought you were strong when you're outnumbered, even if you thought you were strong, you can be put in bad positions, and things can be taken away from you. You can be hurt, you can be injured, right? So there is always adversity in the future. And even though the future is there, the success is there, your inheritance is here, it doesn't come without a struggle, and there will be those who will try to take it from you, who will try to basically knock you down, isolate you, hurt you, abuse you, right? But if you have good strength, good pillar of strength, and you basically learn from your mistakes of the past, and as you put your new understanding in place in the present while putting in place your new pillars, and as the present progresses, keep putting in places new pillars of strength in your life. Well, these pillars of strength will get you through the adversity and will build one upon the other to get you to your objectives of your wealth, of your attainment, of your growth, of your inheritance, of what is deserved to you in your destiny and future, but you need to work for it. And these here, all the forces that would take you down, because of your experience, because of the strength of your positioning, of your anchors that anchor you in life and give you strength, right? Because of the love in your life, right? Because of the true love in your life for yourself, for the world, for God, right? All this will get you through the obstacles of life and protect you from those bad forces that would take you down and challenge you, the evil forces of life, the opposite forces, the other forces of the other side that would stop you from getting your inheritance. Because yes, there is adversity, there is difficulty, there is change in the future, and it will be important to be conservative and risk adverse and prudent in the future moving forward, but also to be really on the side of God, right? On the side of the divine, and also to make sure that we implement that which we learn in our life, so that when we move forward in our life, we essentially become more and more intelligent, more and more proficient in life, and we start making better and better decisions, more and more informed decisions. We become more and better at what we do, right? More and more skilled at what we do in life, right? So we do things better and better in a progression of life, right? Of life getting better, right? Of our skills advancing and developing, and of more efficiency and greater development in life as we develop life as devas, right? Developers of the life of story, right? So I hope that this reading resonates with you. If this reading resonates with any of you, and you see in this card, in this reading, potentially challenges that reflect maybe challenges that you've had in your life, or maybe the situation now in your present, having regrouped, come into the present now, maybe with a new strength, right? An inner core strength that you kept through all the challenges of the past, and developing new strength, right? As you learn more and grow more and more in the future, in the past, and in the present, right? Always growing, always developing, and keep moving forward, right? If you like this reading, please leave a like. And if you resonate, please leave a comment. And thanks for listening to this video on the Zen Warrior channel on this reading today for any readers who fall upon this reading. Cheers.